What's up, everybody? Welcome back to Twist Life TV. I'm Poetry. This is a travel and talk bonus, or maybe a P and TV bonus, whatever, child. Let me tell you, remember yesterday when P and TV? If y'all haven't watched it, I don't know what's wrong with y'all. Go back and watch it. But yesterday in P and TV, there was an officer of the law following me. Well, actually, he wasn't following me, but he was riding behind me. And I got nervous. You know what I'm saying? I got nervous because one, I was recording while I was driving. Freak was that? I was recording while I was driving, which I know is a no-no. And I don't know how dark my tent is when looking in from the outside to see if people can actually see me. Right. So that officer pulled off. But I was nervous anyway, because I knew I still had a ticket I hadn't paid, a red light ticket. I was telling y'all about that, right? Well, later on that day, that officer, he pulled off. I made it to my destination and everything was good. Later on that day, I decided to go out and get me some chilies. I was feeling hungry and needed a little, sauce in my life, some Chipotle sauce in my life. So I ordered me some chilies and I was heading that way. 8 minutes from my house. That's how far it is. It's just 8 little minutes, I get down to the end of the road and I look down yonder and I could see, chilies there. Okay. Well, no, I can't. Not for real. But I know once I turn that corner, it wasn't going to take me that long to see it. But because I hadn't made it to the corner yet. So I'm down here going towards it, and I'm going to use my wallet as demonstration. My wallet is demonstration, okay? I'm traveling down the road, doing about 35, 40 miles an hour. I get right around here, and I see an officer of the law. Right after the officer of the law, I see a sign that says, in school zone. Now, if y'all cities like my city, school zones are 20 miles per hour when active. Now, I do not recall seeing an active school zone where you see the yellow lights flashing. Don't recall that. That's the only time you're supposed to slow down in a school zone when the lights are actively flashing. I didn't recall that. But I also didn't recall seeing the sign that says school zone ahead. Again, I only saw the officer sitting there, this him, and then the sign right there that says in the school zone. I hear right here. And that motherfucker pulled me over, child. Oh my goodness, he pulled me over. I knew right then at that moment. I said, oh, it's school zone. And I was again doing 35, 40. Speed limit 30. I think speed limit 35. Speed limit 35 right there. I get down there. I hold my driver's license out the window for him to see, He gets up to the car and he said, I need your registration and your insurance. I was like, all this stuff done online. Well, when I register my car, I register online. I don't go inside no DMV. Even when I go get my insurance, I did it over the internet through the email. I never met my agent. They emailed me my license. You know what I'm saying? I don't recall getting one in the mail. I just did it back in June. I don't recall getting one in the mail. So I was like, I don't have it. I said, y'all should have it in your system. When y'all run my plates, y'all know if my plates are good. Y'all know if my insurance is good. He said, okay. He walked off. And then while he's sitting there, I said, let me look for my stuff. So I go through my glove compartment, looking through my little purse, They gave me this little purse and stuff when I got my car. I'm looking through my little glove compartment, looking through her. And I'm like, ain't no papers in here. No registration. And then I remember, oh shit, you did buy a new car. They did register your car on site. I should have registration papers. But my tags are on my car. My tags say June of 2027. My plates are good. I just got them, in June. So I said, well, fine, let me at least find this doggone insurance card for this man. I knew I had it in the email because I had to show the dealership that I had insurance. So I'm going through my emails. I told the man I had State Farm. Going through my emails, I cannot find one bit of information from State Farm other than the quote that they gave me on what my insurance would be. He takes forever. I don't know what take them so long. Once they plug that shit in the computer, it don't take that long for nothing to come back. Especially somebody got a clean record like me. I haven't had a ticket in a month of Sundays, except for this red light ticket that I hadn't paid. But I hadn't had a ticket that I had signed off on or nothing like that, and I don't know how long. So I'm like, my record is clean. I just got be a 25-year award at my job for having a good clean record. And that's only because before the 25 years, I was working in a totally different type of department where driving wasn't my, priority. So I would have more years if, they included all that. But I'm riding, I'm sitting there, and I'm like, I'm getting frustrated. I can't find it. I done text my daughter. I done text my mama. And again, I was on my way to Chili's. So my food is getting cold. They had already sent me the message saying my order was ready. Once I place my order and I drive out of my house, by the time I make it there, the 8 minutes, my food is usually ready. So my food ready is sitting at Chili's getting cold. Luckily, I asked for light ice because my beverage would have been watered the fuck down. Okay. So I'm sitting there, and then I realized I ain't got State Farm. I got Allstate. I knew it was one of them damn states, y'all, but it's Allstate. So I'm like, fuck. And I said at the same time as when I remember I did have paperwork for my registration. So he comes back to the car. I said, bruh, I done lied to you. I'm with Allstate, not State Farm. And I did have registration papers. I just bought the doggone car. He said, I know. I looked it up. And now my brain is thinking, that's what I said. You can look it up. Why you ask me for this shit? Because they give you a ticket if you're driving without it. But I got a copy on my phone. I just couldn't find. Because I was looking for State Farm and not Allstate. So, child, this man said, so what's up with your license? Now, I think I told y'all before. Florida law says that I am required to change my ID as soon as I move or within 30 days. And I hadn't did that. I hadn't did that. Matter of fact, it said on the back of this license right here that it's required. That's that little statement right there. That's the law. So I figured that's what he was talking about. I say, oh, I haven't changed my ID yet. He said, no, your license is suspended. Get the fuck out of here. No, my license ain't suspended for what? Now, when we went to St. Louis for the funeral, I made sure I checked the courts to see exactly what was going on. If I had warrants, because I don't like to fly if I got warrants. It didn't have no warrants. The ticket was there for me to pay. It was up to $285 from $71. It was $285. And that's all that it showed. I was like, sir, my license was suspended. He said, yeah, it's been suspended since May. I've been driving illegally since May, is what you're trying to tell me? No, sir, that couldn't be me. I just registered a car. When you register your car, they check all that stuff. They check if you got warrants. They check if you got tickets. They check if you got unpaid tolls. They check all that. Nobody said nothing. Now, when I did get my car, he did tell me that I had a violation, the red light traffic, and that he waived that so I can get my registration. But other than that, there was nothing else showing. There was no suspended license showing. My fucking insurance would have been increased if they knew I had a suspended license. None of that was showing. They don't take points off for a red light ticket, but they take points off for a damn suspended license, child. So I ended up. It's another one. I ended up with all these tickets, child. All these tickets. This ticket right here says speed in the school zone violated. Says I was doing 40 in the 20. This right here, $500. This one right here said unknowingly operating the vehicle while driver's license is suspended. This one, $166. I have $666 worth of tickets. Now, this is what the man told me. He said, if I take care of the suspension within the next 30 days, then I call the courts off of this. request a court date. It's going to notify him because he's supposed to show up for court. It's going to notify him. He don't care if I come to court or not. But when he see it, he's going to automatically dismiss these $666 worth of tickets. I said, I will do that shit tomorrow. Now, good news. One of my paychecks came in. Just one of them. And it happened to be the one on a holiday week, so it wasn't full week. One paycheck came in. So I had money to clear up whatever the stuff was going to be. So in order to avoid this $666, I had to take care of the violation that's on the ticket. It's a $166 violation on the ticket. Right. So I called last night and found out, girlfriend, they have suspended your shit. This one says it was done in March of 2025. $285. That's what they say the balance is, $285. Mm-hmm. Well, when I try to pay it, they say it's $356. They added their little special fees on there. So I end up having to pay $356. And then they said, well, now that you got this paid, you still got to go get your license reinstated, because I didn't know that on here, the officer kept my damn driver's license. I've been looking for it all day. I had to go to my VA appointment about my heart. Y'all say I got a new heart monitor. I had to go to the VA about my heart. You need to show your ID going onto the doggone campus. I couldn't show my ID because the police seized my license, which I'm not supposed to be driving, because he told me to park my motherfucking car and catch an Uber home. That's what he told me. But then, like he said, he did say, now, you go ahead and pull over there and park safely. I'm going to go this way. Now, I can't tell you to drive this car. I can't tell you what to do once I pull off. But I'm going to pull off this way. I said, by him telling me that, he said, drive your car home, because he asked me how far did I live. I was like, sir, I'm only 5 minutes from my house, because I hadn't made the Chili's yet. Chili's 8 minutes. So I sat over in the 7-Eleven lot for a minute, made it look like I was really finna park this car. Then I drove around, came off the long way so I could be in a different jurisdiction, and pulled around. Here's the new street, right? Here's the new street. I done came off the lot right here. Bam, bam, and going back that way. Why, as soon as I hit this corner, he was coming through the light. Thank God he was already pulling somebody else over. He pulled through that light. I looked at him. He looked at me, and he said, really? Good thing he was pulling somebody else over, so I was able to get out of his jurisdiction again. Then I realized he's fucking sheriff department. He could have followed me if he wanted to, but he was pulling somebody over for the same thing he was pulling me over. Now, I do believe that there was those school zone active at that time, because as soon as I pulled off and he pulled off that next people, all the officers that were sitting at that school zone disappeared. Every last one of them. When a single one there. I had to be reaching the quota. Me and the other guy he pulled over was just reached the quota captures and something like that. So I get the Chili's in my 3 minutes, and my food is cold as a mug, because it had been almost an hour. We had been sitting there waiting for him to run my license and my insurance that he already verified was good. Child. And but I didn't notice until today that I didn't have a license anymore. And I'm just now reading this ticket right now, and it says license was seized. So once I left the courthouse after paying this fine, I had to go to the driver's bureau, and I had to pay $85 to get my license back. Because the officer took my license, I had to pay $85 to get a new one. I asked the girl, I said, did they take your license? This is normal practice? She says, oh yeah, that's what they do now. They trying to make more money. So whatever they stop you for, they keeping your fucking license, and you got to go pay another $85 fucking dollars to get a new license. Now the regular license only costs $37.50. I had to pay $85 to get it replaced. They didn't give me no new expiration date on this bitch. It's the same expiration date as other. But I do got another cute picture. My picture's still cute though. My other one, my hair was like in an afro too. It was full. But this one right here, it's still cute. So I still got a cute picture. They don't put your weight on your license no more. I got a new license number. That's not my same license. Child, pay your tickets. Especially if you in fucking Florida. Let me get home now. I could drive legally now, child. Legal, son of a bitch. Damn, I didn't even get to eat my food. I got home. I only had tenders and fries. But fucking fries was ice goddamn cold. Who eats cold French fries? My mama was trying to say, throw them in the air fryer. I don't know what it is that y'all do, but my air fryer don't make shit crispy unless you overcook it. That's the only way I can get crispy wings. I ain't never got a crispy French fry, and the bitch is always soggy. Goddamn food was cold, and so my tenders was nasty too because I couldn't reheat them and make them edible. My lips all getting ashy and crap. I'm dehydrated. Been out here all damn day. It's 5:30. I've been off work since 11. Try to get this shit straight. All right, y'all. Let me get off this camera before I see y'all next video. This has been Traveling Talk Bonus, child. Peace.